Rosenberg is in here stressed out again. A big weekend ahead of him. That's right.
What's happening,
He's
Rosenberg?
going to a wedding, Laura Styles, and friends of the show, pay attention to this story. This is great.
Okay.
He's going to see his ex-girlfriend that he hasn't seen in about 10 years. Now, this ex-girlfriend, she took a dump on him. Not literally, but figuratively.
Hey, is this the one that you were crawled under the table crying, sobbing?
Fetal position, nope, different girl.
Calling her 35 times?
Laura, different girl.
That wasn't this one. This one I did follow to Miami after we broke up for New Year's Eve, though. And then was searching for it at midnight and couldn't find it.
What?
Loser. Now she's married to a billionaire.
No, Ebro, near billionaire.
Billionaire Jace.
Yeah, don't give him full credit for a billion.
Sounds like you still got feelings.
Sounds like
Machi.
600 or 700 million.
Sounds like hate.
All right, so this is the first time you're seeing her in how long?
Like 10 years, maybe.
Oh, wow. Okay, so what's the problem?
It's just awkward and stressful, and
Yeah, talk about it.
I just don't want to do it. Listen, it's going to be fine. Ultimately, it's going to be fine.
It doesn't sound like
I'm not going to get awkward about it. I'm just going to keep it moving.
You're being awkward right now.
No,
You're a liar.
I'm going to just handle my
Rosenberg,
bit.
Laura, and Fox. Listen to this. His wife has already laid out ground rules. That's how she's concerned that he's going to be an idiot.
All right, so what are these rules?
What was it, rules? She just said, do me a favor, be mindful of my feelings this weekend, and don't be an idiot.
The fact that she has to do that.
She said, don't do anything that's going to get me piss me off.
Don't. This is what I think you should do. I think you should make sure that your wife looks super hot. I mean, she's already hot.
My wife's not
But a little,
concerned.
but a little extra hot. And make sure you have a good time. Have fun.
Mrs. Rosenberg's going to turn up, Laura Styles. You know that.
Well, I know this. But just don't get caught staring at her or gawking at her or being weird, Rosenberg.
Guys, I'm going to be fine. What's honestly going to happen? I'm going to say, hello, good to see you. Play it off like this, just, hey, nice to see you, have a good time.
And then
that's
you're
it.
just going to sit there and look at her and
Do
gaze. Stop the
not.
music. You're just going to gaze and you'd be like,
I'm not going to do that.
that little whimpering.
No.
No.
You know what I'm not going to hit her with this, I promise. I'm not going to hit her with this.
Somewhere deep down in my heart,
You better not, Rosenberg.
I still love you.
You better not, Rosenberg.
800-223-9797. Does Rosenberg have anything to worry about and run into his ex from 10 years ago at a wedding where people are drinking and emotional? And we also want to hear your horrible, disgusting, terrible stories about the last time you ran into an ex and what happened. So share your stories and tell us also if Rosenberg has anything to worry about.
Ex run-in disasters. That's what I need to hear about as I'm off to this. Thank you.
Shawnee's on the phone. Shawnee, one of the friends of the show.
Hey,
young
Shawnee.
lady. Hook Rosenberg up with some advice. Does
Thank
he have
you.
anything to worry about, Shawnee?
First thing that most importantly, make sure you introduce your wife to your ex as wife. Before you even say hello, how are you doing? You make sure you introduce because you'll go home with your clothes packed up if you don't.
What? What do you think I'm going to do? Get up there and accidentally introduce her as my friend?
No, forget her name. Don't do
No,
that,
but
Rosenberg.
you might get so hypnotized on her.
No,
and,
my
you
wife
might
is
forget
way
that you
better than my
introduced your
ex.
wife.
Don't worry. My wife is way hotter.
Thank you, Shawnee. Ray from New Jersey, you got a story. You ran into one of your exes. It didn't go good.
Yeah, it's actually really funny. I was actually hanging out at a wedding, and I was with my girlfriend at the time, and I see across the wedding that my ex-girlfriend is in the wedding. And I'm like, oh, Christ, this is bad. So, sure enough, she walks over, and here's the worst part, is she's really good-looking, and she happens to be a Marine.
Yeah, she'll beat your ass.
Exactly. So she comes walking over, and so I'm like, oh, hey, what's up? How's it going? And she's like, oh, hey, Ray, how are things? And I'm like, babe, this is, I don't want to put the girl, I was like, babe, this is so-and-so. I told you we were friends in high school. She's actually a Marine. She just got back from Iraq. She's like, oh, really cool. Thank you for your service. I thought it was going to go so smooth. She looks at me and she goes, yeah, me and Ray have been friends for a while. Ray, do you remember when you used to bleep the bleep out of me? And I was
No,
like,
she didn't.
I swear to God, I couldn't make this up.
Just disrespected
right in
your new
front of my
girlfriend.
girlfriend.
Yo.
Basically put me on blast. And I'm just sitting there laughing like, oh, you're so funny. She's kidding. She literally
No, she's
goes,
not kidding. You used to the shit out of her. She liked it. She wanted to bring it up in front of your new girlfriend. She wanted, the Marine wanted problems. Thanks, Ray.
Are you saying there could be a fight?
Disrespect.
Your ex won't walk up to you and say, Rosenberg used to F the bleep out of me because
It's not true.
didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
You won't have
Good
that
point. She'll be like, yo, Rosenberg used to sleep the hell out of my bed. It's really just We weren't together that long, but we had a semi-meaningful, quick thing, and she sort of dissed me in a way that illegitimized the relationship that we had. Like she didn't want to legitimize.
She laughed at the relationship.
She played you crazy.
Yeah, she makes you look. It makes you look nuts.
Rosenberg. You guys dated for a summer.
It was like 5 months.
And you flew to Miami. You were looking for her
I didn't
on
fly.
New Year's Eve.
Who said I flew to Miami?
You?
You did.
No, I didn't.
He drove.
You drove.
I drove.
Oh God! You're crazy, birthday.
You were crying on South Beach looking for her.
Do you want to know how that
Oh, Rosenberg.
New Year's ended? I couldn't find her at midnight because she was making out with someone else. And me and my best friends, Ben and Tyler, ended up in our whack bootleg South Beach motel watching reruns of Night Court at midnight, I believe.
Yo, that's the softest sucker I ever. Oh my God.
My man.
Damn.
My man.
It wasn't a good run for me.
If you ever in your life, because sometimes you get upset with me when I call you a little bitch. You're like, yo, don't call me that. Or you're like, yeah, we make fun of you for being a woman. Or we say you get your panties in a bunch.
That's not, all of it's not necessary.
But it is, though.
No.
After that story you just told.
Sometimes real men get real pressed and make real bad decisions. But guess what? That was in January. In April, I bounced back and fell in love with a gorgeous black woman and won her over. Like I just won her. Mama, I love you. Exactly. I don't know why mama, but yes, because she's black, I didn't call her mama. But my point is, I bounced back.